They had like people just get their information from online on Facebook or YouTube. That's what they claiming, right? Okay. Y'all see that, right? Check it out. Chose a chapter straight. Sex and Race. J. Rogers. Boom. Let's zoom in, y'all. Origin of the white race. What that say? There is no such thing as a white race. Much as this is talked of, said Schopenhauer, but every white man is a faded or bleached one. Von Luskin, late of the University of Berlin, said, we now know the color of skin and hair are only the effect of environment, and that we are fair only because of our ancestors lived for thousands and probably tens of thousands of years in sunless and foggy countries. Fairness is nothing else than lack of pigment, and our ancestors lost part of theirs because they did not need it. Brenton says, as regards this theory, the most completely white communities are found among the Slavic populations of southern and central Russia. Their hair is colorless, and their complexion so near a dead white that one anthropologist, Theodore Posh, has selected that the vast Roketno swamps as the original home of the white race, which he thinks arose by endemic albinism. Sergi of the University of Rome denied that there was a European race, European man. He said was African man changed by the effects of European environment. The current term, he says, is Euro-African. Which species, he says, falls into three varieties. The African with red, brown, and black pigmentation. The Mediterranean or brunette complexion, inhabiting the Great Basin, including part of northern Africa. And finally, a Nordic variety of blonde skin and hair, blue or gray eyes, most universally represented in Scandinavia, North Germany, and England. Professor Dorsey says, biologically speaking, the white skins of Europe have lost something. When and where they lost their pigment and why they lost more than the Asiatics, we may never know. There are, of course, objections to the full acceptance of this theory. The Eskimos, for instance, they have lived for a long time in the far north and are not white. This we shall discuss later. In the meantime, it may be said that the following broad truth holds good. Fair-skinned humanity lives to the north and dark-skinned one to the south. Blondes predominant in Scandinavia, brunettes in southern Italy, in Spain. Check these pictures out. Let's say ancestors, ancient ancestors. Look at them. Pharaohs and gods. They left a legacy behind for us. So what these folks talking about? The evidence is in. Y'all can talk all you want. Our knowledge come from YouTube. Yeah, look at that. Zoom in. What is that? I'll see that. Look at that. These are your ancestors. Asiatics. They just talking. We ain't done yet. Look at that. Look at that. Huh? That. Okay. Look at that. It's your ancestors, man. What are they talking about? These people are Asiatics. Tell them to close their mouth. Oh, we ain't done. Hold up. Slide this baby up in here. What'd that say? These are the Black Danes. The Black Danes, Danish, Europeans. You see the book. Let's go here. It said it links the Black Danes and the Black Huns together by a tie common custom as well by a common hue. They had the same hue. The expression applied by the inhabitants of Wales to the tribute is exacted by their prince Meredith by the Danish pirates, who were the Danish pirates, of the year 987 AD, virtually signified blackmail, and moreover, the tribute of the Black Army precisely phrases the tax paid by Theodosius of Regulus, king of the Huns, 5 centuries before. It was blackmail. This is the origin of the term. Geld was blackmail, equally with the tribute paid to the Black Huns by the Romans. Who were the Romans? Okay, we just learned about the Black Danes, right? So-called Black Danes. And we're going to learn about the Moors, who these people are. Okay, what it says. The gypsies, then, whom we have already seen described as Moors, were also known as Saracens, the term being indifferently used in heredity and in the old romances. Nothing is known of the date of their landing in England, while a tradition represents them as making the depredations in Scotland prior to 1460. They was already there. The pyritical races who are known to history under various names and who made depredations throughout the British Islands at various dates prior to 1460 were also, as Scott remarks, styled Saracens. And it has been noticed that a Hungarian and a Danish invasion of Scotland took place, according to tradition, at the same time. The gypsies, also under their Scandinavian title of Tattaries, y'all see that? What that say? Tattaries, Tartars, are also identified with the Mongolian border, the terror of Europe in the 13th century. Look at that. Oh, we ain't done. Boom. Thus, the Moors or Saracens, the Danes, and other kindred races and gypsies are virtually the same people under different names. The same people under different names. And we already know what it said about the Black Danes. These are the same people. Gypsies. We already know what gypsies, they were travelers. Gypsies, they claim they never, really it comes from the term Egyptian, but gypsies was a term they used to describe people who were like travelers. They never stayed in one place for too long of a time. Right? So you see that, right? The Moors, Saracens, the Black Danes, the Gypsies, the Black Huns, all the same people, right? Okay, let's shut them up about the so-called Black Japanese. Boom. Who are them people? Huh? Who are them? All right, let's read about them. Was the first Japanese Negroes? There is very evident Negro strain in a certain element of the Japanese population, particularly those in the South. Imbert says, the Negro element in Japan is recognizable by the Negro aspect of certain inhabitants with dark and often blackish skin, frizzy or curly hair. The Negritos are the oldest race of the Far East. The Negritos are the oldest race of the Far East. It has been proved that they once lived in eastern and southern China, as well as in Japan, where the Negrito element is recognizable still in the population. Professor Monroe, one of the foremost students of Japanese life and culture, says the Japanese are a mixture of several distinct stocks. Negro, Mongolian, breadth of a face, interoperable width, flat nose. Okay. Yeah. Might be traced to the Negro stock. This professor, R.B. Dixon, and others also think that the Japanese show a Negro strain. Dixon says in Japan, the ancient Negrito element may still be discerned by characteristics which are at the same time exterior and oscologic. Read that. No matter what they say, it's right there. Read it. I'm giving you a chance to read it. Read it. I read some of it for you. What'd that say? See that, right? I'm holding the page for you. See it. Hold up. Since they too lazy to do research themselves and just talk and run their mouth online, you know, we're going to give it to them. You're going to learn today. Now look, Godfrey Higgins, right? Anacalypsis. This going to shut their mouth. Boom. What'd that say right there? What'd it say now? The reason why Buddha is a Negro, at least in the very old icons, I shall be able to explain in a satisfactory manner hereafter. The Brahmins form a species of corporation, a sacerdotal aristocracy possessing great privileges, but the Buddhists have a regular hierarchy. They form a state within a state, or a spiritual monarchy at the side of temporal one. Hold on. Let's go back. But yet there is one circumstance of very good importance which is peculiar to Buddha and forms a discriminating mark between him and Krishna, which is that he is continually described as a Negro, not only with a black complexion in which he agrees with Krishna, but with woolly hair and flat face. Mr. Cruiser observes that the black Buddha with frizzed or curl hair attaches himself at the same time to the three systems into which the religion of India derives itself. See that, right? Buddha, ancient Buddha, is described as a Negro, or better yet, what we describe as a Moor. See that, right? You can also find them images online of how the ancient Buddha looked, right? And you see the page for yourself. You see the evidence. So online, we just getting our information from online, YouTube and Facebook. Really? I showed you the evidence, right? Showed you the evidence. I haven't read this book. I'm reading it again because it's deep too. That's why you see the orange marks over the yellow marks, because we going back over it, over the information. They think we don't read, y'all. right? Look at that. Gave you the information. Oh, look. We got some more books, so yeah, we got some more books. We ain't done, right? See that, right? We got some more. Got some more over there, right? Got some more over there. Shut up.